So we had 5 curfew tickets fixed for trial this afternoon in the Mr. Pollak's cases. Unfortunately, the courtroom was crowded with too much files, so we had to postpone the case.
What?
Who are you, sir?
I'm with Rebel News. I'm not media Juif.
Hello, Mr. Rebel News. Hey, Pollak, yan ang mic.
What?
Alexa Lavoie for Rebel News, and I'm in Montreal in front of the Palais de Justice de Montréal because today is the second day of appearance of Mr. Yanky Pollak for multiple curfew tickets. Same if the witnesses was present, everything was ready to proceed. They say that unfortunately everything was overflowed and they had no time to hear 5 more tickets. We are here today to hear about the lawyer of Yanky Pollak and also the opinion of Yanky Pollak on the situation. And if you want to help Yanky and also the documentary that's coming up, Raid, about the Montreal police and the Rebel News on what happened during the boat ride, but also with the multiple tickets, you can help us with donating at lockdownreports.com.
Yeah. I'm exempt.
You're not exempt.
I am exempt.
I am.
We'll see you in court, you know? I have an email from the SPVM that I'm exempt, and I will continue going out.
Unless the person established that he or she is outside to perform employment work or provide professional services required to continue the activities or services.
So I'm currently with Sarah Brouillette. She's the lawyer in Yanky Pollak case, and she's here for giving us an update of the situation. Can you explain a little bit what happened today?
Yes, Alexandra. So we had 5 curfew tickets fixed for trial this afternoon in the Mr. Pollak's cases. Unfortunately, the courtroom was crowded with too much files, so we had to postpone the case. But there's one positive thing is that we're going to put all the cases of Mr. Pollak together because he had multiple curfew cases, and I spoke to the prosecutor. We'll try to have an agreement. It's not done yet, but we'll try to have an agreement that the question is a law question, which is, was Mr. Pollak allowed or not to be outside as a journalist during the curfew in 2021 during the COVID? So it's an application of the decree. That's as simple as that. So at least if we can agree on only ruling on that question, it will be easier. And I think that's the most important thing of these cases.
Mm-hmm. And if Mr. Pollak wins, that can be applied to other journalists in Rebel News?
Well, that's another question. It could be, but if it's the court of Quebec, it does not make a precedent. Mm-hmm. So it's not as if it was the Court of Appeal who would have ruled on that. So they could use it to try to convince another judge, but the judge will still be able to make his own decision about the situation.
Thank you so much for the update.
You're welcome.
Yanky, again today, your case was postponed. How you feel about this?
I feel like they just don't want to put us to trial. They're scared of putting it to trial, and they keep on pushing, hoping, I don't know, something happens that they don't have to put it on trial.
Mm-hmm. And so I have a question that remains. What was the most shocking moment that happened when you were covering the curfew?
The most shocking moment was definitely the media Juif comment. That was like the only time I was like, what? Like, there was a lot of what moments, but not like what moments. Like, that was the only time, and you could see it on the video. I was speaking to one officer, other officer comes out from her car, and she's just like, media Juif, and I heard it. I was like, I couldn't believe my eyes and my ears.
C'est quoi le média juif, ça?
What?
Who are you, sir?
I'm with Rebel News. I'm not media Jewish. I asked her, like, what? And I just walked towards her. I was like, what? What? Like, I'm filming. I'm asking her, what did you just say? Like, what is your name and badge number? Who are you? And she just ran away. She just hid in her car. That was the most shocking moment in the curfew for me. Who are you? What's your name and badge number? Can you give me your name and badge number? Can you give me your name and badge number? You're supposed to give it to me. The other most shocking moments were when I saw the police targeting Jews for curfew, and you'll say, oh, no, they were out. No, everyone was walking on the street. Well, not everyone. Some people. Some were Jewish, some weren't. And you could see the cops only stopping Jewish people. That was definitely, like, it was after Shabbat ended. It was Saturday night. And that was, like, the worst parts. Like, or when it's like I film it. I have it on film where they're just walking, and I point it out, and like the cops, they just ignored it. So these are the most shocking moments from the curfew for me.
You're a cleaner?
Yeah, it's me.
Ben, ça, c'est le film pour dire qu'on est des copains. Prenez les filles. Ah, c'est juste. Ouais. Salut, bye. Soyez prudents. Là, tantôt, quand vous avez traversé la rue du parc, hein? Vous avez traversé du parc tantôt. Soyez prudents, s'il vous plaît. Oui, hein?
Oh, you love that. You love. Look, I have a light for you too. I have a light for you too. Why do you keep shining the light though?
Hein?
Why do you keep shining the light at me?
Je comprends pas ce que tu dis.
Why do you do that?
J'ai pas compris.
Why do you do that? You understand, I know you speak English. Stop lying to me. Why do you do that? Why do you do that? You don't like me here?
So, why was it important for you to report during the curfew?
Well, in the beginning of the curfew, I actually stayed home. I was like, I myself, I rarely go out at night. Personally, I don't party, I don't drink. So it's like, my normal night is I stay home. Like, but, I started hearing stories from people saying, oh, it's, the police are targeting, the police are going around with lights and sirens, just harassing people and stopping people. It's like, there's a story there. Someone needs to go and show that story. And that's why I started going out. After getting legal advice and making sure that I could go out, I started going out. And that's when 5 months of, continued with the Montreal police.
Would you one day believe that you will be here for multiple tickets for being out after 8 o'clock?
No, when this started, I thought the Montreal police would at least respect journalism. It's an exemption in the curfew. I was sure they're gonna at least just let it go. Well, as time went on, I realized that, they're gonna use everything in their power, including, well, not on me personally, but including handcuffing, arresting, detaining, and just wasting your time, bogus tickets of me and our staff. As time went on, I realized they'll do pretty much anything. At one point, one of the officers, and I don't remember his exact quote, was like, he told me, like, if we see you do anything, if you as much breathe an extra time, we'll ticket you. That's how much we don't like you. And he didn't give me a ticket that night. He took my papers and let me go, but it was a warning. He's like, don't mess with us. We'll get you. Mm-hmm. So that's, and I continued going out, but these were the moments that it was super scary that, like, they could do whatever they want and there's nothing I could do. I'm one guy, sometimes we're with 2 or 3 people on the street, but if they want to arrest us all, they're going to do it. Mm-hmm. There's nothing I could do about it. Ultimately, it didn't come to them arresting me overnight or anything like that, but that was always in the back of my mind. They basically threatened that numerous times.
And so you have another date for your court case. It will be next week. What do you expect from it?
Not much. I expect it to go as the last 2 days, to be honest. At this point, the wheels of justice go very slow, and I think this is part of the punishment that they wanted for me. They knew, like, the court system is overwhelmed. They're like, let's throw 50 more tickets at him, and make him, and let's laugh him of him trying to go to court, being sent back and forth and back. At the time, obviously, they didn't know that I'm going to move to Florida, but even for a local person, people have work, I have a day job, right? And, it creates a mess. But this is not just me. This is like, I bet hundreds of people that come here every day, they're like, oh, postpone. And it's a joke for them. It's like, I'm sitting on the bench anyway. The prosecutors are here anyway. Even today, there were 2 police officers. One is a police officer, one is a civilian that spent their entire day here. Their media relations. For what? For no reason other than, the court decided to postpone it. There was a translator even here. Again, everyone wasted their day. But in our justice system, that is okay, I guess.
So we'll see what happens next week. We will be there to follow your case, and we will see if justice will happen or you will be postponed again and sent back to Florida.
Justice delayed is justice denied, and that's what's happening here. If you want to help me fight these fines and all these court appearances that seem to be never ending, please go to lockdownreports.com where you can see all the stories and make a donation. Thank you.
Yanky, it's one of the multiple colleagues that have been fined during the curfew, but also at multiple occasions during the COVID restriction. So if you want to help not only my colleague, but also other citizens that we are fighting for them, for their COVID ticket, go to lockdownreport.com and chip in generously, and that will help everybody. Thank you.